Hi everyone, this is Professor Bowen-Moore. This video is going to show setup, document in InDesign for mobile interface design. So this is a student example here as a small reference. Um, it will be one document that has multiple pages. Um, and to set that up, we're going to go to File, New. We're going to set this up as a document. And for this, we're going to select mobile since we're doing mobile interface. And you've got several presets here for different types of phones. All the demonstration videos that I'm doing here is iPhone X, XD, which is the high fidelity prototyping software we will use to add the interactivity. It won't really accept anything, or it doesn't have artboards for anything less than an iPhone 10. So I would choose that or higher. You also have other types of phones like Samsung, Android, Google, Pixel. So whatever is closest to the phone you are using. Um, Don't forget to go ahead and label it as instructed with your last name, underscore, and then the project title. In this case, UIUX. I'm going to put sample after this. And we are working in pixels since we are doing this as a digital platform. I am going to add a bleed margin. We can keep the 36 pixel text margins, which are on the inside. And then I'm just going to add a small 15 pixel bleed margin. We don't necessarily need a bleed margin for this, but you don't want the color to be right on the edge where you risk a white sliver where it's not quite meeting the edge. Go ahead and take it a little further and you will avoid that problem. We're going to go ahead and set this up with 5 pages. You'll probably need more, but you can add more pages as you go. So this is going to be your basic setup here. Now, a few hints and helpful advice. With the first phone screen, we want the phone screen image, which you can take a screenshot of your own phone or a friend's phone. Just make sure there's a space provided for your logo icon and a label underneath. You will have to put a label underneath it as well. But we're going to fit that image inside the text margins on the page. So the first thing I would do is you can see these separate components. There's the phone screen image. Here's the icon and label. It's also covering up. She covered up the games there. And yeah, I just noticed that. Anyway, so the black background, you can either have a black phone or a white phone, so you can do that either color. But go ahead and get a shape rectangle tool and create a background. I would take that off the page to those bleed margins and create your background color first, which would represent the color of your phone. So this student example, she just duplicated that image to kind of camouflage the label that was already there. You can also leave a blank spot where your icon is going to be. In this case, she covered up a previous icon, which is fine, but make sure, you've got to have space at the bottom for that label. You remember you can pull down your rules or guides from your ruler to line things up. You've got your vertical, so you can line things up with the other apps on the screen to make sure. And it should be an equilateral square, even on all sides. And the label underneath, you'll probably have to use your eyedropper tool to capture this light gray. It's not a perfect white. You can use Arial or Helvetica typeface for the label. It will just anything that's close to the same X height is what's there. So that looks similar enough for this. And then you're ready to progress. Remember the loading page is optional. So that would be next. Then you will go into the functionality of the app itself will lead us to a home page, primary navigation, secondary navigation or hidden navigation views. Remember to link some, a way to your rationale. So they did this from the About Us page, which is, here's a scrolling page, which is your rationale. To create a scrolling page, we'll go to the page tool. And you'll see rectangular anchor points on the page here. In your control panel, you're going to see a liquid page rule, and that is going to be turned off. We want to only make a page. This will ensure that the page you've selected is the only page that you are lengthening or making it scroll. If you don't see your control panel, go up to Window, Control. And then when you click to drag the page, you'll hold down the Option key. So it's going to look like you're dragging over multiple pages. So when you let go, you will see it is longer. You do have a box, which can act as a text box. You'll lengthen that to the text margin. And so that's the longer page that would automatically scroll when we have it converted to a prototype with the interactivity involved. So if you scroll a page, that's how you go about that. And you will have some duplicate pages where you'll add some other functionality to it. And so you can just copy, select everything on the page, copy and paste to a next page in those situations. Quick reminder to also, make sure we have a menu, make sure we have your logo type, search option, from anywhere in the app. So on all screens. Yeah. So make sure you lead us through a complete purchase. In this case, they're leading us to a category page to look at tops. We look at tops, we choose an individual item. We go to the individual item page. You can duplicate this and select a size, add it to the bag. So we have our cart view or bag view, checkout. Here's all the information, payment, shipping. So she did it blank first and then filled out. Submit order, confirmation of order there. And from here, we can click the home button or at the bottom, or click the logo type and end up back at the home page. She also included sign in and signing up as a member, elite member for membership. So that's another category that she led us through. So that's it. So another last quick reminder, make sure your images are the appropriate color mode. That one's particular in grayscale. But RGB, this one is actually not the correct. It's high resolution, which is only for print. You want low resolution 72 PPI and RGB color. So PNG, JPEG. So no PDF files, no TIFF files. We want very small, low resolution RGB files, image files. All right. Thank you for listening and good luck.